Welcome back, everybody. Today we're looking at Pestilence and Shedusa, my third entry in the 4 Worstmen of the Apocalypse from Super 7's ReAction Figures line. I'm really excited to have this particular figure in my hand because I'm a big fan of the color purple. And this figure is all decked out in purple, and the leopard is in purple, and her accessories are purple, and that's really, really chill. This is a character that I've actually done a quick look review of, and it's in my shorts playlist, Shedusa. And she comes in a few different forms. She has a really cool right hand that's actually a serpent. So let's go ahead and get this character out of the box. Figure number 3 in the 4 Worstmen of the Apocalypse. I have War, I have Famine, and today we're looking at Pestilence. And then the 4th and final Worstman of the Apocalypse probably should be coming in about a month or two. So that's really, really awesome. Super 7. Let's get her out of the box. Shedusa and Pestilence Leopard out of the box with her accessories also. She comes with a really cool bow that has some texture to it, as you can see there on the inside. It's made of a snake. So you can see the eyes there, molded. You can see the tongue sticking out, molded. You can see the mouth, almost like a smile, sinister grin. Really cool. And then at the end, it seems to be at the other end, it seems to give away that it's a rattlesnake. Very, very nice purple bow. She also comes with a quiver that has some molded arrows. Whoops. Excuse me. That has some molded arrows, as we see there. And there's a little additional detailing here on the strap. So that's cool. Also, her bow, her arrow, and her quivers. Then we have Pestilence Leopard. I'll bring Shedusa in a moment. All right, so with Pestilence Leopard, we've got the same sculpt that we've seen with War Jaguar and Famine Puma. But what we have is a different color palette, and it just so happens to be my favorite color. I also really like how they integrated a little bit of pink to make the deeper tone of purple pop. And I'm okay with the teal that they went with. You know, I kind of like that. It gives it that, you know, that neon, bright lights, big city kind of look, that pop flare kind of look. I like it. I like it very much. And it complements the other Worstmen, the other big cats in the line. And we're going to take a look at the other ones that I have at the end of the video. So the features are going to be pretty much the same. We have the bridle and the head armor with the 3 horns. We've got the skull marking going down. So basically the sculpting is pretty much identical, and that's totally okay. What we're getting here is the design and the deco. We're looking at the saddle, which is basically made up of the spine of a larger beast turned into furniture in the afterlife. So pretty cool. And just like the other big cats, we have a trap door here, a drop door, so that we can stick Shedusa in, and she can go ahead and ride Pestilence Leopard and do her worst, as she is one of the 4 Worstmen of the Apocalypse. That was a pretty decent setup. Totally unplanned. All right, and now the star of the show, or the other star of the show, I should say. We have Shedusa sporting a really nice lavender purple dress with some cool scales in the upper part. And then along the front of the dress, we have what looks like the underbelly of a serpent. Very nice. She has green skin herself and some teal colored sandals. She's got a teal colored belt with her teal bracers. And on her right arm, she has a serpent. So I guess it could be that she's wearing like an outfit, I guess, in theory. Right? Because it could be like a glove of it. But since she's Shedusa, and she's one of the 4 Worstmen, I'm going to bet that that's a real snake hand. It's a real serpent. Very, very nice. She's got some deep purple hair that matches the accents on her dress perfectly. And the deep purple on Pestilence Leopard perfectly. So the colors are like perfectly matched. And that's really, really nice. And a close look at the head sculpt on Shedusa. Pretty face, serious look. She's all business. Yes. So let's go ahead and get her mounted on Pestilence Leopard. I'll let the mask come off because I don't think we actually took a look at Pestilence Leopard's face. We have the blue inside of the mouth. Clean painted white teeth. And the green eyes. Cool stuff. Put that back on. Snaps right back on, no problem. I can go ahead and put Shedusa's bow in her hand here. Like so. I could also put her quiver. Oops, sorry, backwards. I could also put her quiver on her like so. Whoops, it just falls down there. I'm wondering if I have to put it over her head and then through an arm. Let me see. Wow, check that out. Is that gonna really? Wow, I figured that out all by myself? Well, I'm really impressed. I figured that out all by myself. The quiver goes over her arm and over her head, and it sits really cleanly on her back. Very, very nice. Very, very cool. I'm really impressed by that. I'm really also impressed that I figured it out. Nice picture there. Nice picture there. All right. Another knockout in this line, the four Worstmen of the Apocalypse. I loved them when I first saw them online, the advertisement, just the Art Deco neon color scheme that they had going on, and just the tie to historical texts and those stories. I was really fascinated by it, and I love the art style of it. I really appreciate these ReAction figures more and more with each one that I get. And I kind of feel like the 4 Worstmen of the Apocalypse are kind of like the 4, unofficial big bosses of the ReAction universe, So let's go ahead and look at Shedusa and Pestilence Leopard in a comparison with the other Worstmen of the Apocalypse. So I'm going to bring in War Jaguar and Captain Deadstar. And I'm going to tuck him into the mount right there in the saddle. And armed, as is Shedusa. I'm also going to bring in Famine Puma and Black Falcon. He is also armed. And so far, we have 3 of the 4 Worstmen of the Apocalypse, united and waiting for the coming of the 4th, where they will look and behold a pale horse, and his name or her name that will sit upon them shall be death, and hell will follow with them. Yeah, geeking out Very cool. I love these things. I can't wait to have all four of them together united on a shelf. And they look really, really cool hanging out. Oh, sorry. Black Falcon. Rotate, bruh. There we go. Very nice. Put our friends here in a formation. If I had to pick one of the three that I have so far that is my favorite, I would say it is definitely Shedusa and Pestilence Leopard. I'm sure you may have guessed that if you've been following my videos. And if you have, I thank you very much. And if it's your first time at the channel, I thank you very much for taking time to share. Very, very cool. Let me adjust the camera there a bit. Nice still shot. We have one more Worstmen of the Apocalypse to come, and I'm really excited to see what they have in store. I'm sure we're going to see the same sculpt. I'm sure it's going to be another big cat. Oops, let me fix Famine Puma. There we go. I'm sure it's going to be another big cat, and I've actually done some research to see exactly what cat we might expect. So in line with jaguars, pumas, and leopards are mountain lions, panthers, and cheetahs. So I don't think we're going to see a cheetah. I don't know that we'd see a cheetah. So I'm guessing we might, the final Worstman of the Apocalypse might be a panther. And so, and since the final horse is supposed to be a pale horse, how cool wouldn't that be? A white panther. I don't know that I've ever seen that or even heard of that. If that turns out to be the case, we shall see. This was a lot of fun today, as it has been all year long so far in 2021. Sharing the experience of collecting toys as an adult, rediscovering toys again after well over 15, almost 20 years. I thank you for taking the time to share time. And as always, I hope you're able to come back. Until next time, everybody, take care.